You guys have successfully destroyed the ambush.
Hooray.
Okay, there is one thing I want to do now. Immediately. Can I go do it?
Well, first off,
Where are you going, Corvine?
Corvine, where are you going?
hold on.
No, suddenly can't see, by the way.
I want to see what everyone's gonna do the moment combat's over, and then we'll figure out what happens when. Corvine or Dandy, what do you plan to do?
I'm going to walk over here, grab Amber's dagger, and go give it back to her.
Okay.
Possible.
No.
Saying you dropped something.
No, what do you plan on doing the moment combat is over?
I'm going to just land down at the edge of the summoning circle.
All right. Baiguang, anything you're doing special?
Well, I'm going to cease concentrating on my spicy meatball. So that's gone.
All right.
Yeah. Also, I also need a roll a reflex save for walking into the spicy meatball.
You actually don't.
No, that's. What I'm doing
Okay.
is I'm seeing what everyone wants to do, and then I'm determining the order of events.
Okay.
The bar doesn't exist.
Corvine's going to slip into the shadows.
All right. And then Amber, are you doing anything special now that combat has ended? All right. Then all that basically happens as.
Actually, never said what I was doing other than stop concentrating.
This is true. I am sorry. What else outside of canceling concentration? What else were you doing?
Okay, OC, how much time has passed since they left?
Maybe close to an hour.
Oh, right. We only have 3 hours, right?
I'm going to have to look at the videos because I swear you already said an hour.
Maybe. Yeah, you guys.
We also short-rested.
You guys have.
So you guys have at least an hour.
You guys have 3 hours, but it didn't take that long to find this place.
Wait. We also rested for an hour. Remember that?
Yeah, so I'm going to say it's probably been
2 at least.
Probably thereabouts. Like maybe 1:45. I'm not 100% sure exactly, but that's what we'll say. About 1:45 to almost 2. But it won't really take you guys that long to get back to the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't our plan in the first place.
This is true.
But yeah,
our plan wasn't to go back to the boat.
Hold on.
Once things have settled down, Baiguang is looking around for Corvine so that he can tactfully ask what the heck.
All right. Corvine, give me a stealth check, would you? Since you said you're slipping into the shadows. I assume you're hiding anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, with the current positions, nobody can see Corvine.
I forget. Oh, cool. Okay.
Stealth check is still mandatory.
All right. Then at that point, I'm going to go ahead and release the timetable. So the time is now yours to move and do as you guys see fit.
Now that I gave him the dagger back, I also.
Oh, I do want to mention, since we're here.
Corvine's the only one who can see in the dark.
This is the only time I'll mention it. For those of you who have any experience delving in dungeons and any RPGs, in addition to traps, secret doors also exist. And if you want to search for things like trap doors or secret whatever have yous.
Does anyone have detect hidden doors? You can just cast that and walk through.
That's definitely in 5e.
I
did not want to roll that. I'm sorry. Carry on.
To find these things requires an investigation check. And if you're looking for, say, a hidden entrance, I will require you to specify where you are looking. Like, for example, I want to look in the pit to see if there's a trap door underneath of it. And saying, I'm going to check the whole room for hidden stuff.
Check the whole room for hidden stuff.
Detect magic would tell you...
No, not detect magic. Detect hidden doors.
Detect magic would basically tell you where magic is and what kind of magic it is. Detect magic would not be helpful for locating hidden doors unless the door was hidden by magic.
Yeah, or if the door uses magic to open it or something like that.
Or the door itself is magic.
Or if there's something behind the door that is magic, right?
But long story short, that's how.
Go ahead.
That's how that's going to work. If you guys want to search for hidden things, it's going to require an investigation check, and you guys are going to have to tell me specifically where you're searching versus I'm just going to search the whole room.
And I was going to say, regarding detect magic, I believe it's blocked by solid material that's thick enough.
So as a result, I will give you guys some small spoilers and tell you that there are 2 hidden doors in this chamber.
In this chamber specifically.
Yes, in this chamber specifically.
Since I saw your comments last week, I will assure you we weren't ignoring other paths. We came to a locked door. We found a way to unlock the door, and we're like, hey, let's go see what's in there.
It is locked.
Well, if you're referring to my comment, it's just when I play RPGs, I purposely avoid anything that looks like the plot. I'm like, okay, this is a really long hallway. This probably goes to the plot. Let's check everything else first, then go down the long hall. That's just how I like to approach it.
That's out of character knowledge, I see.
But
not only that, but also in a game with permadeath, you kind of don't want to check everything.
I suppose it's fair. That said,
unless you think you're capable of it.
Suffice to say that I won't tell you guys again if there are hidden doors or anything like that in a room. I'm just letting you know that's a thing in my campaigns and explaining how those mechanics work.
So this room is introducing the idea of hidden doors.
Basically. Rooms. In addition to, of course, being very important to the plot.
I'm investigating the ruins.
All right. So, yeah, it is... The show is yours. What do you guys want to do? Corbine is dashed into the shadows. Amber is busy playing off her dagger.
Since we're out of combat and I can do it for more than 3 rounds at a time, I'm going to fly a little bit. Come up to the middle of the room so the whole thing is lit up.
I'm gonna walk over to Corvine and let other people do action first if that's okay. Unless Corvine wants to say a thing.
I see Clint is being very thorough.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you were ignoring him, so you should have probably told him.
I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm actually so thoroughly amused by what you did.
You're giving him inspiration, are you?
Actually, yeah, I am. I was gonna have him have advantage on the investigation check for that, but I think I'm just gonna give you inspiration because that was not well. No,
so
I'll give you advantage.
You could use the inspiration to give you advantage on that investigation check.
I don't want to give inspiration for
shenanigans.
Yes, I want to save inspiration for like really good, authentic RP moments, things that I think are really awesome. So I don't want to give it out lightly. There we go. You discover that apparently the ceiling has collapsed, and despite how incredibly thorough you are, you don't really find much there.
Oh darn!
Just nothing to be found.
The rug is next.
Yep, that's what I was gonna go with.
All right, as you search the rug, let's head over to Dandy and Corvine.
I'm not gonna do too much this time.
Yeah,
I don't want to overshoot it.
Corvine.
Yes.
So that's who you are?
Aren't you afraid?
Nah. Me? You think I'm afraid? You don't. That's a funny.
Your sheep is in the contract.
Am some monster.
We all are. We're all.
I resent that.
The kind that's Devour others? No. Only I bear that burden.
Corvine, you know, my life was never in any danger. But the fact that you tried to protect me anyway, you know, that means something to practically all of us, right? All of us, you know? Besides, I'm not gonna save your go and I'm not gonna go and kill you after I saved your life. You know, that'd be a waste.
I suppose that makes sense. But I think I need some time to think about this.
Whenever you're ready.
Does your cloak need mending?
She looks at the cloak in her hooves. What does it look like, Ose?
I mean, you caught it before a ton of damage was done, but yeah, it could use a bit of TLC.
It's burnt.
All right, time to do all the mending shenanigans.
You can fix this?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem.
She hands it over.
It's a cantrip, correct?
It is.
Beautiful. All right. What's your spell? Do you want to describe it?
It's just wherever No put his hooves over like a burn or a cut, it just kind of fixes itself. Let's see if I can find the reference.
Oh, you have a visual reference?
I am actually thinking of something very specific, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
It just makes me think of the girl from Bleach.
I'm reminded of like what you see typically in healing magic. People gently put their hand over a wound and it closes as their hand passes over, or something like that.
Reminds me of one of those Slayer spells. Gee.
Oh, you know how in Harry Potter, where if you're healing a wound with a wand, it just kind of seals up? Yeah, something like that.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
But with my hooves.
And with, fabric.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
It's no problem. You're probably going to need it outside of this cave.
Right. It's true.
And I'm curious, do Bagwong or Amber have any particular reactions to discovering that Corvine is actually a predator? Oh, and give me an investigation check.
Struggling to find the right words to ask, but he does have some empathy, a little bit of empathy, just as a Longma in general, understanding what it's like to be judged for being part predator outside of his homeland.
Fair enough.
But he is having trouble putting this into words to say in character.
Rock on. Then Amber, do you have any particular reactions or feelings to discovering this surprising turn of events? Fair enough. I assume you're investigating the pit, Clint?
Yeah.
You don't actually have to do that. I'm not going to stop you if you really want to, but...
Oh, no, I'm just having fun with this.
I'd like to point out, you Mr. Dot.
Fair enough. All right, go ahead and give me advantage then, since Sai-Hong is helping you.
All right.
Right, Colin, then. I believe I interrupted some RP, though.
No, other than a hug. Other than a hug.
Which is reciprocated.
A hug.
Awkward hug? Awkward hug.
Hug.
Well, hello there.
Hug.
Player 3 has joined the party!
Corvine panics as Pegasus just flies up at full speed.
Hi there. Another flying buddy.
Inconvenient, no.
Flying buddy?
Yes, I suppose Baigong does not join in on the hug, but he does try to give a look of understanding and non-judgment to Corvine. Oh, and I'll get rid of that.
You know, you're all taking this unusually well.
You seem like a trustworthy person.
He takes the opportunity to finally comment that as a Longma, I understand what it's like to be at least part predator in the lands of the shall we say pure undulates.
Dandy's offended.
Why?
He's an offended face.
Baiguang is confused and surprised at the offense taken.
Oh, sorry.
I think you mean tomato sauce, OC. Gotta maintain kayfabe.
Yeah, it's tomato sauce. And what was it? Grape something? Or raspberry something?
Yes, raspberry filling.
Yes.
Black raspberry.
Black raspberry filling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I'm not going any deeper.
Not to be confused with Black Forest cherry.
Indeed.
So let's
I assume you are investigating the... Very good. That'll be a separate investigation check for each wall.
For each section of wall?
No, well,
Oh.
For this part of the wall, and then for like this part of the wall. Basically the walls themselves. Not just like...
Is Sai-Hong, sorry. Is Sai-Hong helping there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Winding up and down, looking for anything out of place.
Oh man, my luck just ran out.
Okay. Up here you find nothing. Behind Corvine, however, you discover something.
She was hiding it from everyone.
It appears you didn't... As you passed by it... Okay. As you passed by it, you happen to notice they're surprisingly hard to see, but between the incredibly bright light of the two light sources and your well-trained eyes, you notice tiny little seams in the wall that goes almost up to the ceiling. Well, 2/3 of the way up to the ceiling, I should say, and then cut across.
Excuse me, Corvine. And then I kind of push on the door. Or the in between all the seams, I mean. Might not even be a door.
But it's something. However, you see no opening mechanism of any kind. And your push on it does nothing.
Can I investigate it further?
You can.
Yay.
All right. You see that it's less a door and more of something that slid into place. Think of like, if you were to walk through a chamber and something were to like suddenly seal the entrance, whatever have you. So this was never meant. It appears that this was not actually here to begin with, but rather was added. Yeah.
So it's just.
So this is definitely the entrance of a passage at some point, but this, I guess, this piece of wall, which fits almost perfectly in it, has been added to essentially, near as you can guess, block it.
Interesting. So if I did a strength check, could I try like pushing it harder?
No, that's certainly worth a try.
If I'm understanding.
What are you doing?
I was gonna.
It's for science.
Never mind. I was. Before that was a crit, I was gonna say Baiguang can give you guidance, and don't forget about that. But then you crit, so whatever.
All right, you do, and it actually gives way, revealing a chamber behind it.
I'm assuming I fall down.
Well, you did crit.
You crit, so you did oppose.
You know what? You crit. You hit it, and the walls sort of shook ever so slightly when you did so. And on the opposite side of the room, you also saw a section of the wall shake a little bit more than it should, just a little bit.
And on the opposite side?
Yes.
Like over here?
Oh no, it's one of those monsters
correct.
that are the walls and floors.
Hey, all right, so there's a path over there. Hey guys, come over here. I need to check something out. Something moved.
What?
Can I?
Hush,
Danny says, "Allow. May I?" Ask.
No, where are you going?
I am doing a Sherlock.
All right, are you rolling an investigation check?
Indeed.
I give you guidance.
Woohoo!
I don't.
Which adds what, a D4, I believe?
Blessing of honorable father upon your endeavor.
It adds a D4, right?
Yes.
So
Do it.
add this to the first roll there.
Well, okay then. As a side note, it just so happens that you got it without the guidance.
Oh.
That's okay. I used it.
It's true.
That's all I care about.
And hopefully that'll help you remember. All right, so you discover an almost identical setup on this side. Apparently some sort of slab that almost perfectly fits into what was once an entrance, a passageway.
All right.
Danny says, "May I?"
Sure. Let me get out of your way.
Are you trying to break it down?
Yeah, he looks
Push.
to Baiguang, expecting magic.
Blessing of honorable mother upon you.
Well, that's the appropriate blessing. I will give you that. All right.
Okay.
Give me that strength check.
I would need it.
All right. Go ahead and add a D4 to that.
Oh, I always think that the one who cast it.
Well, actually, that's a good question. Do you roll the d4, Bagwong, or does the recipient roll it?
The recipient has the bonus available to them to 1 minute, and they decide when they want to use it.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. So basically, it sits on them for a minute, and then whenever they feel like they can pop it.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And
Well, that said, yes, you open it, you bash it good, and it yes, that's the one.
Oh, and they can add the d4 before or after they roll the d20.
Oh, good to know. And there you go. Another passageway has
presented itself.
All right, so now we have 4 options. We have this one here, this one here, this one here, and then the 2 way back there. Where should we go?
But
Well,
If these rooms were hidden, then in all likelihood there won't be dangers in them. Besides maybe traps.
Oh. Okay, so I just realized a little something I forgot, but that's okay. We can worry about that later. All right, so you guys are heading in there.
we're heading in.
All right, let me go ahead and reveal some area for you.
Bygone, sorry.
What is behind the scary door?
The scary door.
Oh, I just realized they probably can't see Saihong's aura.
Oh, dear.
Making you do stuff.
Another passageway.
All right, hold on a second. Oh, I gotta do the thing where I describe things.
No, we must explore everything.
Okay, the joke is getting old.
Yeah, I know.
Never.
I'm so happy.
All right.
Heroes never die.
As you walk into this chamber, it's obvious that there hasn't been air in here for a really long time. And on the very, very edges of it, you can smell the very faint scent of death and decay. It's very old, but it's there. It's worth noting that on the ground, it's a little bleached out because of all the light auras, but on the ground you do see actual pelts lying there. Specifically, specifically, here and here, and you get the point. You get the idea.
Okay.
As you run through, you see that there is indeed the remains of a reindeer here. And you find near these remains what appears to be an old rusted amulet. On the back of it, it's a little hard to make it out. It's a bit aged, but you can see some etching or some sort of engraving. But nothing.
So, history then?
Sure. Also, odds are, a quick little mending spell.
This is why I need to take 10.
You can't take 10.
That's unfortunate.
I'm supposed to know history, and I haven't succeeded a single history roll.
Can I make a check to see if it's religiously significant?
You may.
I give myself guidance on the check.
Oh,
12.
Can we all just make checks for history? Or, do I even care?
Well, that's up to you. Do you care?
I mean...
Because if you don't care, there's no point.
I mean, I don't know. I gotta do things, I guess. I gotta try.
Fair enough.
13. Whatever.
And no, are you doing anything?
I would like to also do a history check.
All right, sounds good. And give me an Arcana check, if you would as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Clint. Okay.
Only?
Mending would probably do much to repair this. You can't fully repair it, but it would probably do at least some good.
All right, time to mend it.
It removes much of the rust and a bit of the engraving, but after all said and done, thankfully, what bits of the engraving it removed were superfluous, leaving the majority of it intact. And the engraving has a single name etched onto it.
Oh,
Hmm.
this amulet is from the Snowdons.
Well, time to open up my notes file and add that to somebody.
Oh yeah, notes. That's a thing.
You're gonna be the note keeper, okay? That's your job now.
Oh, I was already doing that, but okay.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it appears there's nothing. It appears that this chamber is relatively empty. What you see there, the same thing this thing is on, is just giant stone slabs. And this one seems to have been. It appears it was originally along this wall, but something has. You can see deep gouges in the ground. Something moved it at some point. Although what it was and what it happened is anybody's guess.
Interesting.
Let's continue.
Yes.
Let's go.
Corvine, wait for us.
Corvine,
where are you?
I can't move that fast.
All right, let's go ahead and wait on. Oh, it's too late. I'm just
We're surrounded by traps.
a little bit here. As you make your way down what appears to be a hallway, you see 4 statues, and each statue apparently is a different ungulate that has been twisted and is grotesque and basically beyond recognition. It appears that whoever carved them decided it'd be a cool idea to fuse a reindeer with what appears to be some sort of hideous long creature with giant fangs. It reminds you of Bai Guang, or Sai Hong, I should say, slightly. Another one appears to be a
Does it
sheep.
remind us of the guy who attacked us?
It does draw you back to that, yes. Another one appears to be a sheep that someone decided would be cool to carve. That's like half. That appears to be half like, well, those big things that you fought, the big strong things.
Burr.
That seem to.
Burr
and the
or
other-
lion?
The bear specifically.
Okay.
And the other two are rather similarly grotesque. Although it appears that something defaced them at some point. So all you get is vague impressions of body parts here and there. And at the very end of the hallway, you see hanging on the wall itself on a little hook, a golden anklet. That's just kind of sitting there.
I'm just gonna look for traps around the anklet quick.
Go for it. You do not find any traps.
I take the anklet?
No, hold on.
No? Oh, no.
You
Can
might
I Arcana the
detect magic
statue?
first.
I am one with magic. Can I look at the statue and see if it's magical?
Oh, same.
You guys can both make Arcana checks to detect ambient magic in the air, basically. The only ambient magic you feel outside of what was described earlier, aka lots of, evil juju in the air. Granted, ancient juju, but it's there. Is your own stuff. The statues or the anklet or the walls. There's nothing here feels particularly more whatever have you than anything else.
Go ahead.
Can I private message you about something, OC?
You can. No need. You can
Where?
do so. You can do so anytime you wish.
Where?
Not allowed.
Do it where?
The Discord is the best way to go about it.
PM on Discord. Yeah.
There's
do I have
a way to whisper in D20 or in Roll20, but I don't remember the command.
Discord catches my attention better, anyways.
Yeah.
/W space GM space message. That's how it works in D20.
Yeah.
Anybody object if I just kind of take this anklet?
Detect magic on it first.
Or Arcana check?
No, like the ritual detect magic.
Do we want to wait another 10 minutes?
Good point. I guess we are on an in-game time limit.
Except that we aren't, because we have a teleporter.
Good point, also.
Except, does anyone have the ability to keep perfect track of time?
So, are you grabbing the anklet?
And doing an Arcana check on it.
All right.
Oh.
Which one do you want to do first?
Arcana first.
All right, go for it.
I already rolled it.
It appears to be mundane from what you can tell.
All right, I take the anklet then.
Okay, and you discover there's a single name engraved on the well. It's also worth pointing out that this anklet appears to be in surprisingly good shape.
Ooh.
Wait, I don't need to put this in quotation marks.
Oh. Interesting. This anklet belonged to the Sapwood house.
Though I just
Is that the
realized
one
something.
down?
Yeah, that is the one that burned down.
Or
that they
okay.
I just realized something. These are tombs, right?
Is that an in-character question or
Yes.
asking the? Okay.
They seem to.
Does seem to be a tomb of some sort.
So we're grave robbing at this point.
We are investigating.
It is worth noting that the reindeer you found earlier apparently died rather violently.
Don't die, Cactus. It's bad for your health.
Don't become one of them.
Lame vamp.
Well, this is evidence. It appears that there was a very violent death over here, so we're going to use this as evidence.
I suppose. As long as you don't plan on selling it afterwards.
Well, let's go see what's in the next room.
That was the
Or the
last
grave
room,
robbing.
though, right? For this side?
Yes, there's nothing else.
Okay.
Unless there's a secret passage.
This is true.
I'm gonna check for a secret passage right at this spot.
Corvine. Corvine.
No did investigation earlier, and it was successful enough that if there was one, he would have found it.
Okay, never mind.
Vamp, please.
Please. Ah!
Yes, Cactus
No,
gets
no.
attacked by dogs.
No, it's just that the Discord notifications are in the way of the scroll bar. No, I can't move.
Oh.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah, no, I hate that. My headphone notification does that to me when I'm trying to open Discord sometimes.
Yep.
Like, okay, open up that little menu. No, I can't click the icon.
Yeah, please keep talking on Discord, everyone. I love it when you do that.
Happy to help.
Change your settings.
Thanks for noticing me.
Anyway, let's slowly go on like the trackpad and just like
Right.
slowly inch Dandy forward.
Where did No go? Is No in the darkness?
I was born in the
doing?
darkness, raised by it,
What are you
Molded
doing?
by it.
I didn't know there was light until I saw the Longma.
I'm just simply moving things along.
So Sai Hong is keeping Amber company.
Very good then. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that. All right. As you guys come in, I forgot the small detail earlier, so we'll just pretend it wasn't overly interesting to you. I actually have no excuse. Anyways, as you guys walk in, first off,
The cow.
first off, there's a few things you note. Of course, the skins on the ground are actual skins, naturally.
Why did you suddenly stop?
Okay. Sorry, no, I stopped because I realized I didn't put something in my notes that I meant to have in my notes. I find it weird that I didn't actually put it in.
I thought you did it because Corbine was rusting with the cow.
No,
It was like, oh, what's that?
Well, Corbine's hungry. Anyways, off to the side here, you see the corpses of two reindeer who are resting up against the wall. And over here on this wall, you see in large letters engraved in glassy, but rather unrefined and ugly ancient glassy, are the words there we go.
Oh.
And the mummy the cow you see appears to be the mummified remains of a cow. It's bandaged and it's got the whole 9 yards. Except you notice there's one small detail. A large section of its head or its skull is missing, and the stuff that belongs inside is also missing.
Interesting phrasing.
And you also note near the two skeletons over here what appears to be an old book. It appears to have seen better days.
Would mending help?
Most of this damage has been done through age. It would help a little bit, but the way I look at mending is mending cannot undo the damage of time. Yeah, it probably does. That's beside the point.
DM says so.
But what it will do is it will strengthen the book so you can pick it up and handle it just fine.
All right, that's what I was going for. Then I opened the book.
The book appears to be a journal of some kind. It's pretty badly damaged. Many of the pages have been damaged, defaced. You can tell that much of the ink that was on there has been washed away. But I should also mention the book to be a nice deep red strawberry color. You get the feeling it wasn't always that way.
Oh dear.
and but you do find snippets here and there. It appears that some of it details early life in Rain. From what you can gather, it appears this journal is kept by someone who you can't tell if they were around when it was founded or soon after. It's a little difficult to tell, but it's definitely very early in Rain's history. And you see mentions here and there of creatures that lurk in the shadow, creatures that wear our skin but are not of us. But it gives you find no further detail about it. And then finally you reach the last few entries, which in any good RPG, of course, are the only bits you actually get.
Every book on the shelf contains enough words for one paragraph.
Pretty much. And those are the...
Oh dear.
This person-sized section of bookshelf has one book on it.
Yes. This bookshelf, which is full of books, only has a single one, and it contains a single paragraph. But this one has some justification that much of its writing has been washed away by the strawberry juice.
Yes. The dreaded strawberry juice. It gets everywhere.
Yes. Dreaded strawberry juice. And that is what's in.
Interesting.
Well, Lily's here.
No, I have a sneaky suspicion she is not. The other question is
here instead.
So what do you?
If there's nothing to do, I'm not going to do it.
Let's see what else we can find down the hallway.
Yes, let's keep going.
All right. I think they revealed everything properly. Okay.
Like it.
The smidgen cut off at the bottom, but.
Okay, so there's something there, right?
Well, first off, I actually gave these statues descriptions. I totally had descriptions for ahead of time. Yeah, totally. These ones appear to be of. Well, this one appears to be of a very long, slender creature. It has two large folds of skin that come up towards its head with two large eyes and two giant fangs that come down. This one over here appears to be of a slender creature. Long body, long legs, long tail.
Oh no, it's a reindeer. I mean, a unicorn.
With a sloped head, and it appears to be poised and ready to kill with great big paws.
No, it's still a unicorn.
This one right here reminds you of the big beasts from before that tried to murder you dead. And this one over here.
All the beasts were big. Which one? Bear?
Yes. And this one over here reminds you, those of you who have seen sheepdogs, if they're much larger and more terrifying looking.
I have a question, and I'm gonna be awkward about this question. What do we know about predators?
Very little. Predators until recently have actually sunk in a sense to myth. At least predators on the scale that you know. Predation exists in Foenum because spiders and little things like that. So it's not a completely new concept.
That's not what I meant. But if you're going to be, if you're adamant about that, Like,
All right, everyone, time to get your dissection tools out. We got one right in front of us.
Now.
That said,
Speaking of which,
that
do I
said,
know the names of some of these predators? Like, not like the names of individuals, but like the names of species.
well, the thing is all lore surrounding the predators. Like I said, that small scale predation exists because the puppies eat rats and things like that. That insects are a thing,
Bugs.
and the big ticket predators at this point, most of you have believed have basically been a myth. Like, there's no way a creature like that actually exists. I'm sure this is just a story.
Yes,
that's been
but
told. To answer your question,
do they know names?
unless you specifically delved into the lore of these mythical creatures, no, you don't know you don't know their names, nor do you know what they are.
Okay,
I
so
simply
yes.
give you their names for convenience, so you can easily picture what they are.
Okay, so the answer is yes.
Yes, you, Corvine, because of your specialty, know what they are. And I won't make you roll a history check for them. And I will tell you that this one here is a cobra. This one here is a panther. This one here is a bear. And this one here is a wolf.
Okay. So this is the great statue of Benson.
That said, at the end of this hallway, you see something just sitting there on the ground.
What is?
It is why is this not? Oh, there. Okay, it's it appears to be an ewer, a ewer, which is basically an old school pitcher for pouring out fluids. Like the ones with the really long necks, but they have like the fat
A
bottles.
pitcher.
Okay.
It appears to be made of silver. Blah.
It seems to be made out of sewer.
Ew. And it appears to be stained with some unknown fluid.
I smell
You smell it?
Mhm.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, give me a smell check, I guess.
it. What's a smell check?
Perception, investigation, or I guess nature, depending on what you're looking for.
You mean survival?
I don't see this being applicable to survival, but if you want to make a survival check,
I don't see how it would be applicable to nature. To smell something.
I would chalk it up to the ability to identify what.
Okay, but I did a perception. That seems to be my best one.
You can't quite tell. It's ancient, so it's not blood, so that's good.
Okay, so it doesn't smell like blood.
No,
Taste test.
it is.
Can I use all 5 of my senses to try and do it as one checks each?
No.
What about no?
Taste
Yeah.
test?
No can give me.
It was asking no.
Once.
I can give what now?
A taste test.
Well, I searched my notes real quick because there's something I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. Okay, then. Well, whatever.
So you can do your own perception however you want.
What were the options? It was perception, nature, and what now?
Investigation.
Investigate. Ooh, now I'm torn. Nature. Oh dear.
It appears. It's just, again, you don't know what it is. It's just too old. It's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not blood. It's not. Whatever else you can think of that stains things. Nothing fits the bill.
All right. Can I take a closer look at the ewer itself?
Yes, you may. It's silver. It appears to be relatively well kept. And Wait, hold on a second. Okay, and you do find a name on the side of it.
Oh.
Rather than etched on there, it appears that it was part of the original make. Wait, that could help if I spelled it right. There we go. Okay.
Pegasus swears. Oh. Gray Sky.
So Snowdawn, Sapwood, and Grey Sky. And Death to Staten.
Who is Staten?
The name is familiar, but it's not one of the houses, and it's not a character we met. I don't think.
Well, if any of you want to, you may make a... I will allow history, arcana, or religion in regards to...
Well, there you go.
Ow!
And there you go. I think I know a guy.
Okay then. Well, that's
I have read this book before.
and that's 2 crits, so we'll just go ahead and say that Dan as well as Amber, because that's 2 flipping crits. Okay. Also, I find it hilarious that Clint got higher anyway.
I'm gonna roll. What was the roll again?
Arcana, history, or nature?
You mean religion?
Thank you.
Or religion, yeah.
The other nature.
Well, I'm glad I didn't roll.
Yes. Yeah, good thing. All right. You guys are rolling about Staten, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Presumably.
So the Staten family, they way back in the day, like they were a dynasty of family that was based in the far south, like a few months travel. They lived in a place that is nowadays a desert. Some scholars believe it wasn't a desert back in the day, but it is now, or it wasn't as much of a desert. And the Staten dynasty they were actually contemporaries with the Prophet, and they were, for their region, major players in the struggle that ensued against the predators, if you buy into that legend. What is known is that...
If you buy into that legend, after you've fought like 20 predators and are friends with one.
Hey, I'm just saying, up until recently, but we digress.
Who did that stuff?
The party. Or the stuns, depending on what your question means.
The stuns?
When you ask who did that stuff, what do you mean?
Like, who was with the Prophet? Who was...
Yes. Yeah, the Staten family were contemporaries with the Prophet. At least the starting of it, they were contemporaries with the Prophet. And that they helped quite a bit with this so-called war against the predators, if you buy into that nonsense. But what is known for a fact is, for a while, their family dominated the area. They established essentially a small dynasty, and there were a couple of major players, a couple of major names that came with them. And it is well known that... Hold on, I don't know why I didn't do this ahead of time. Here we are. Okay. There are 2 major names that pop out. One is Dakota, who was the founder of the dynasty.
Who?
Dakota.
Say that name again?
Dakota. No, wait. There we go.
Yeah.
Who founded it. And then it's fuzzy if it was his daughter or granddaughter. The records are a little blurry on that, but another name that pops out is the name Sequoia. So I'm just going to copy paste.
Come on, come on. Did I
Okay
do it?
then. Yep.
Yeah!
There you go.
Dakota was known as a very impressive general. He founded it. Legends tell that apparently he was every bit what you expect the founder of a dynasty to be, or dynasty, however you want to say that word. So as a result, he was larger than life. And his relative Sequoia was known as a very effective and very powerful spellcaster.
You are breaking up, sorry.
I do
Effective
that.
spell.
A very effective and powerful spellcaster. Apparently, she pioneered several magical techniques and spells that are relatively commonplace nowadays. Now, whether all these attributions to her are correct or not, no one's really knows. But a lot of it is attributed to her name nonetheless. That said, it is also known that the Stoughton family traveled a bit, and that it was not uncommon for them to visit far locations, though primarily they were housed in the deep south.
I have a question.
Yes,
What race is Sequoia?
they are all bovine.
Okay, because that's a tree name. And you know what plant names typically are.
Sequoia was also the name of a state that didn't get approved, or was there's like 5 state names that didn't get.
Of a what?
There are 5 names of states that didn't become states, and Sequoia is one of them.
Oh.
So Sequoia is.
So it was like either one.
But I did do it specifically because, the whole state thing.
You cut out again.
I did it because of the whole state thing. So Sequoia was indeed it was going to be a state, but I guess the name was.
Is everyone cutting out for me? Where?
You're
Maybe.
cutting out for me.
I
little
think
bit.
you might be cutting out a little bit. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
The OC wasn't
Sounds
cutting
like
out
Yeah.
for once.
For once.
Seems to be better.
All right then. So that is the information you know about the Stoughton family. You know that they were very active way back when. Oh yeah, the dynasty also lasted for a few hundred years before it finally. Its ending wasn't any sort of climactic, whatever have you. It just sort of, while it just kind of dissipated.
Okay, now you are cutting out.
Yeah, that'll happen. After a while, apparently it just sort of dissipated. It didn't really meet a violent end per se. It just sort of.
Their members just went their own ways at some point and stopped being one family or something.
Basically, the Stoughton family lost having political power, and
Okay.
it, as an organization, just stopped being a thing. And again, it wasn't like an overnight coup. It just the sands of time wore it away, basically.
Okay. So, I think I know them. They were involved with the Prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you know too.
Yeah. I have read several books about them.
About Dakota and Sequoia
That's what
and the rest of them.
Yep.
I think I'm ready to talk.
There's more dungeon to be explored.
Yeah, and we can get to that, but
As a slight meta note, we do technically have 3 minutes until we conclude for the day.
And I say called it.
Which I will. Corvine, would you like to talk now, or would you try and?
yeah, I like to talk now.
At
least a little bit.
Then the time, I believe, is yours for the moment.
So, do any of you have any questions about this.
I don't
me.
know what Dandy knows. So I don't have a question.
Well, I mean, you know nothing about predators. This is completely new. You've never seen this sort of creature before.
I thought that was because I never mentioned it because I thought it was common.
What?
What was
Knowledge
common?
about predators?
Like I assume that like on his travels he also probably ran into a predator.
No,
But, like,
no
All my
actual, no actual predators, like actual flesh and blood predators. And the
or at
shadow
least like
depths.
one of those shadows
Shadow monsters.
things.
Yeah, you've
Star,
probably
we had
bumped
that
into one.
reference last week.
You've probably bumped into one or two of those during your travels, but all this is very recent.
Anyways, I'm just gonna point out any questions I have about this. If Saya ever finds out, will be brought up pretty much instantly. So just be ready for that.
Okay.
With that said, so Corvine has asked a question to the group.
Baiguang is mostly curious. Where are you from to begin with?
This is the question I was expecting. I think I'm from Rain.
He is visibly
Almost
surprised at
certain.
the answer.
Is that why you've come to confront your father?
That's involved with it, yes. He's not like me. I don't know why.
Does anybody else know about this? Or are we the first to find out? Besides presumably your family.
You are correct in that assumption. Even most of the Winter Bloods, I'm not sure know.
I'm sure that made for a very interesting childhood and adulthood and everything in between.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
No, it's nothing. It's just I realized my token is updated.
Oh.
My sprite's not updated with the new one.
You couldn't believe how
Pizza is
isolated
dead.
I had to be. Amber disappeared. Amber's a ghost.
I continue the RP, don't mind the background.
Okay. I wasn't allowed to leave the estate for most of my life. And when I was allowed to leave, shortly after I managed to go off on my own. Does that answer your question?
So, yes, I can only imagine what that must have been like. I was distracted answering out of character questions.
It was hard. But I made it. But then,
Well,
when my father found out, He sent people after me. People to take me back.
Oh dear. He starts to ask a question and then bites his tongue.
Oh, what is it? Please, you can ask me anything.
Is that why you're back in Rain, or was that a separate event? You can tell he's choosing his words carefully.
I am back in Rain to confront him about that.
I see.
I already had to leave one group of people before because of that. I do not wish to lose another.
Hopefully it is some relief to have some people that know your secret and...
Oh yes, it definitely is. Thank you. Now I don't have to be worried about being noticed and then, you know.
Not with us anyway.
Feel safer than I have in a long time. I'm freer too. So, now you know who I am and why I'm here. Is that all?
I suppose my other question, and I hope you don't take offense at this, what are you?
Oh. I suppose that is a fair question. From my research, I think I'm a Periton, but there's not a whole lot about them. It's mostly rumors about them blending with the darkness and killing.
I see. I can't say I've ever heard of a Periton before.
Apparently, the Tundra had them before the Prophet arrived.
I see.
Does no Dandy or Amber particular reaction to this, or do you simply wish to watch and see these things unfold?
No? Do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just simply asking if you have any reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
All my questions, all the in-character have been answered.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, but I think we're gonna have to call it session there.
Yeah.
We've basically run out of time.
One quick out of character thing, or Mighty. I'm trying to remember. Was it you that wrote up those extra races that we use in Brock's game?
Maybe.
Okay, because the reason I instantly jumped to Periton last week is because that's one of the optional languages for Krismal. So it was just in my head already. And I had even been at one point looking at pictures and wondering, I wonder if this would make a good character race for Foenum. So I guess I have my answer.
The answer is yeah.
Such a thing can and has been done.
And how many times do I need to say I told you so? That
I
we
think
could
the
not
question is,
finish
why
this
do you feel the
dungeon
need
this
to
session.
say so?
Look, if there wasn't hidden doorways, we probably would have gone further.
I mean, you know,
Not only did you have one corridor to go through after this, you had two
Two.
corridors to go through
I
after
did.
this.
There's actually two warriors that are technically map. I just them. They're not there. I mean, they're there, but they're not actually. I'm not using them. But I saw these two big things. I was like, I've got to use these. They're just they're too juicy for me to pass up. There's actually a couple of fun little things about this map that I had to hide, but I'll probably talk about it after we're done here, so I don't completely destroy the illusion and immersion of it. Which was part of why I actually went and toned down the grid as much as I could to make it as nearly invisible. In fact, I toyed with the idea of turning it off wholesale. But all right, I suppose that is that's that.
Yes.
I guess we'll finish up next week then.
If there's no further questions, I suppose we'll keep going.
I have a question.
And then done.
How much EXP do we get?
Oh shoot!
For finding
Ozzy almost dodged that one.
Let's see here. Actually, I
Oh, also we beat the combat encounter. I forgot about that.
That
For some reason, I was thinking the combat encounter was last week, just because it started last week.
a little bit.
all right. Each of you get. One second here. Just doing a quick bit of math.
We get level. I have to say.
To the level.
Each of you get. Did I do that math right? Yeah, by the math, you get 360 for that fight.
And we get XP for finding hidden doors, right?
All that will be bundled in when you have finished this story arc.
Fair enough. You said 360?
Yes.
Good, because last I checked, we need to get 2,000 every level, every session, right?
3,333.
And we got 300
OC.
for this session.
OC.
Yes.
We need the victory music.
It does feel. It feels the that Vamp's victory.
The official fanfare.
Yeah, we were supposed to get that. Right?
Well,
he doesn't want to do it without your consent.
For now, just pretend we can hear it, and I suppose I'll.
No, he wants to do it himself.
Vamp wants to do it himself.
What?
Yeah, he's here right now, and he's not going to do it until you say.
Go right ahead. Sorry, I'm not looking at the Discord chat, so I'm unaware of what's going on.
Wait, can you actually hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.